let's do the tomatoes because I do use a lot of these. Another thing about the peas is I don't start plants to sell peas because they don't, to me, they don't transplant very well. I know a lot of people do it, but I never transplant peas. I may try to do some this year, but we are in such a temperate climate that you can just direct sow them pretty early and they do fine. So I don't ever start peas early, and I don't try to sell plant starts of those. Last year, I started trying to sell plant starts, and I was a little late bringing them to market because we had to rebuild our greenhouse. We had used the plastic sheeting on it originally, and we had a storm that tore it up. So in the very early spring last year, we were working around the cold and the wet because we just had so much rain. So it took us longer to get the greenhouse rebuilt than we had planned. And so I started some of my seeds late. And it kind of worked out because we got hit with this really crazy cold spell, and a lot of people lost their plants. But I was delayed bringing my plants to market because they just weren't big enough when everybody really wanted them. So I did end up selling quite a few because people lost their plants and needed to put more in. So I did sell some, but I didn't sell them like I intended and the extent that I intended. So I had a lot of leftover. But peas and beans, I'm not going to start ahead of time. So I don't need to worry about having enough to start. Tomatoes, however, I start more than I need. And that way I have extra if I have transplant shock or we lose one, and because I do sell them. So I definitely need to make sure I have plenty of certain varieties because I went through a lot of the tomatoes, and I have some that have spilled out in here. So that's not good. One of these days I will just throw them all in that spilled out in here and throw them all in a thing and let them sprout and see what happens. And my luck, they'll be all cherries. So I have a few little green zebra seeds down here. I don't typically grow that. The gold berries are good. I have enough if I want to start some of those. Snow white cherries, I probably won't start any of those. White queen, I've got 10 seeds maybe. Crazy cherry, I probably won't start any of that. I don't know. I will start some of Barry's crazy cherry actually. But I think I have a brand new pack of that somewhere else, and that's an older pack. Yellow pear, I won't do any of those. Those get so disease ridden here, it's not even funny. All right, so let me get this out of my way. Best Boy is not one that I am fond of. Beefsteak, I'll probably start a few of those. I might keep one and sell the rest. It's popular in this area. It's not, one that I'm in love with or anything. They get stuffed. I did not grow any of these last year. This packet is a year old, which, it's fine. And there's probably 20 seeds in there. So that's plenty. Dr. Weike's, I do love, but it looks like I easily have 20 of those, so that's enough. What I typically do is I start mine in tobacco flats, and I have a video on that because I start everything hydroponically and or aquaponically. I can't remember which one. It's without fish. So I think it's hydra. Anyway, I need more coffee. anyway, I started without the fish in tobacco flats. They're soaking trays that float. And so they're in rows of, I believe it's 20. And I have 20 rows of 12. Maybe that's what it is. And so I'll start each row will be a different variety. And I'll only keep like 2 or 3 of each variety because I'll start 20 varieties. And then that gives me 40 plants. And if I start 40 to 60 plants. And then if I start 2 trays, because that's what I typically do, because I have 40 varieties of tomatoes, then I end up with 80 to 100 plants. And to have enough to grow for fresh eating and to can, I think I have it written down, but I want to say it's like 120 plants for a family of 4 is what I was aiming, or maybe it was 86 plants. And then my sister needed 120 because she has 5. I don't remember. I'll do another video on that if I haven't already. But I end up with enough and then I sell the rest. However, I'm going to do things a little bit different this year, and I'm going to grow more of my tried and true varieties and less of everything. I have some tomatoes that I've tried, several years in a row. They have not done well for me, and I don't want to spin my wheels on them this year. I'm going to have more room to grow this year, and so I may do a second round of them and do some more varieties, but this year I really want to grow my tried and true varieties and grow a lot of them. Like last year, I only had a couple Roma plants. Well, I need more Roma plants. Fortunately, my dad, bless him, y'all, I love my dad. But he and my mama, they couldn't agree on how many tomato plants they wanted. She told him, not to go as overboard as he did the year before. And she only wanted, a couple of her favorite varieties. So he planted like 400 tomato plants, mostly beefsteak, Roma, and Homesteads. And she was like, that's not enough. I need more Romas. And so he planted like 200 more Romas. So they ended up with like 600 tomato plants. And then I gave them some yellows because I love yellow tomato plants. And so they don't even bother starting yellow tomato plants because they just get a few from me because my mom loves yellow tomato plants, but they only need a few. They had like 600 tomato plants. So fortunately, when I had such a hard year last year with the chickens and the ducks and the groundhogs and the goats and everything that attacked my garden and all the problems, I am good on canned food because I was able to go to the farm and get tomatoes because they had a plethora of tomatoes. When I'm talking about tomato plants, it was tomatoes. You would have thought they were a commercial tomato farmer. It's so many tomatoes. We were picking like a quarter of a row and filling a 5-gallon bucket. It was crazy. But they all came in at one time. So there was like, I want to say like three weeks that it was just every day. It was tomatoes and tomatoes, and we were sick of tomatoes. So when I say I have, 20 seeds and that's going to be enough, it's because, one, I do like this variety. So I probably will grow a whole row out or start a whole row of 12 spaces and then keep, 4 plants this year instead of just 1 or 2. But that's going to be enough for me. And I'm actually going to make me a list of which ones I really do love. And the Dr. Weikes is one of them because I love yellow tomatoes. They are my favorite. The Paul Robeson, I have had okay luck with. It did better for me last year. And I have probably 20 seeds of it. And I think that's probably enough for me. Arkansas Traveler, I'm not growing this year. Morty's Lifter tomatoes have always been one of my favorites. They did not do as well for me last year. They grew and I had plants and they were, like the plants did okay, but they were small for some reason. And I don't know, the year before they were just massive tomatoes and were amazing. And then last year, and it just may have been because of the weather conditions and stuff, but last year they were small for me. So I'm a little iffy on my mortgage lifters this year. But I do love my mortgage lifters. So, the Amana tomato. I'm trying to remember. Oh man, I only have a couple of those. I might need some of those. I literally have 2 seeds. I'm going to put that to the side. Now, pineapple tomato, I do love those. But those are kind of on par with the Sunset. Oh, man, I only have 2 seeds of those. So, depending on how many of, like, the Dad's Sunset, I may not need more. Oh, here's some more mortgage lifters. And some more. So, I'm fine on mortgage lifters, actually. My San Marzanos did really good last year. But for canning, because the shape and the small, honestly, the Romas might be a little bit better. But I have enough to have several, because I think I easy have 15 to 20 seeds. So I could have 10, just keep them for myself. Triple L crop, I don't know if I will grow this year. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I don't even remember if I got these to do well for me at all. So I will probably not do those this year. Costa Luda Genovese, I have probably 15, 20 seeds. I'm probably not going to grow that one this year. There's another pack, so I'm good on that. Chocolate Stripes. It actually did pretty good for me. The fruit was blemished, but the plant put off consistent fruit. So that's going to be a question mark for me. And I have probably 10 seeds, and I would only need a couple plants. There's the San Marzano again. I do love my Berkeley tie-dyes. I will definitely... Here I am saying I'm only going to grow a few, but I love so many varieties. It's hard for me, but I am good on seeds. Here's the Dad's Sunset. I love Dad's Sunset, and I know I have a couple packs of those, so we may be good. Yeah, I'm good on that. Love Dad's Sunset, so I'm probably not going to do the worry about the pineapple, because I do have the Dad's Sunset, and they're kind of in the same family. The Blue Beauty, I do love those too, but that's not something I need a ton of. So I will grow a few of those this year, but I like the way they look. All right, I have plenty of Homestead tomatoes. Make sure that's not where I'm losing them. And those are a nice, just hearty canning tomato. Here is a bag of various tomatoes that I saved. So I'll probably dump the drawer in that bag, because I have a bunch that's spilled out of something. Ground cherry seeds I may not bother with. Lychee seeds I'm probably not going to bother with this year. And I've heard they're very pokey. Abe Lincoln. I did have one plant do pretty good last year, and it was a really good tomato, but I'm not going to order more. The Rebecca Allen, I may not bother with that this year. The Brad's Atomic Grape, I probably won't bother with. I have probably 10 seeds in there. The Ananas Noir, I did not grow last year. I grew the year before, and it was an interesting... maybe. I do have plenty of seeds for it. I may try it this year. I don't know. I have plenty of the White Tomasol. Nobody particularly cares for them. I like them. I mean, they're a very prolific tomato. And so I enjoyed growing them, but they don't have a lot of flavor. Celebration tomato, I'm not going to worry about. Cherokee Purple, I have quite a few of, and I will start some of those because those are good sellers. So I will probably keep one or two since I'll start them to sell. The Thornburns tomatoes, I don't know if I will start those or not this year. The Big Rainbow is iffy. Hillbilly tomato leaf. Oh, here's some more pineapple. I have some more. And so I don't need to order because this one feels like I have quite a bit in it. Ooh, and they're going everywhere. Get back in there. Yeah, I'm good on that one now. So I don't need to order more of those. Pink ox hearts have not done that well for me. They've been diseased. Every time I grow them, it's like the yellow pear. They get diseased really fast, and I'm not sure why. Black cherry. In my Gardener Mystery Seeds, it's funny because you don't know what you're going to get. And I looked at them, and I'm pretty sure they are a tomato seed, which is why they're in this drawer. I don't know if I'll start any. If I do, it would just be like one in a solo cup just to play with it. The Old German, I have not noticed anything spectacular about that one for me. So I probably won't even try it this year. Ground cherries, sweetie tomatoes, God no. Here's some more Costalutta Florentino. So I have 2 of those. Here is some Amish paste tomato. And those did good for me last year. I couldn't really tell the difference between them and the Roma, honestly. I think they were a little bit bigger, maybe. So I will start those. I have some more Black Beauty. Here's some more Get Stuffed. I will probably try the Goji Berry this year, because that's a new one for me. The Tamarillo Dwarf. This was a huge seller for me this year. I probably have 20 seeds. That's probably enough. And honestly, we did grow them, and I kept like 2, and they did really good. They did not, it wasn't as prolific for me as I thought it was going to be, but it was a fun little tomato, and I may actually start some inside now and grow in a sunny window. All right. Oh, here's more pineapple tomato. These were given to me. A friend of mine, her best friend's mother passed away, and she was given all of the ladies' seeds and stuff, and she went through them and kept some and gave a bunch to me, and they're all from this Park Seed Company. And I have a ton of these and a ton of sprouting packages that she gave me. So I need to use these because I have no idea how old they are. But that one was a pineapple, so I at least know that variety. I don't know what this one is. Oh, Sunrise Bumblebee. I do love these. More sweetie tomatoes. I don't want those in the garden. Black Cream. That doesn't even look like there's any. Oh, maybe it's in here. Oh, there's none in here. So I don't even know why I still have that. So I'm going to put a question mark by the Black Cream. Okay. Roma tomato, which this one says is a San Marzano or a Marzano plum. So, but the other San Marzanos had a different shape. So that's interesting. This is a 2020 pack, but man, it feels like it's from the 80s. I don't know why. All right. So I actually have quite a few there. 4th of July hybrid. I got this packet late in the season because it was like on clearance, and I think I just snagged it. And I actually grew some of these at the end, and they did pretty good for coming in late, such late season. I might question mark that. I don't have many seeds left though. So that would be the problem. I mean, there's like, I don't know, 5 or 10 down there. That might be enough. All right, what do I have here? Aubrey's Special Pinks, which is a new one to me from Hudson Valley Seed. The Speckled Roma tomato. I'm really excited about this one because it's a Roma variety with variegation. And I do love some variegation, like the pineapple tomatoes and the Dad's Sunset. So I'm excited about these two. Are definitely new for me. I bought them at the end of the year. I believe it was, did I order these two? Or did they come in that grab bag? I am positive I ordered these because I really wanted these. And then the Aubrey Special Pink I'm going to try because that's a new one to me. So we have plenty of those. Here's some more Amish paste. So we're good on that. Here's some Hungarian Italian paste. So I'll probably just all these little paste tomatoes, different varieties. Even though I just have a few left, I'll probably just go ahead and plant them. Because I want a lot of like Romas and paste tomatoes. Here's some more Abe Lincolns. I'm going to question mark that because I do have 2 packs. They're both partial packs. Here's the Ace 55. I have not tried that one. So that would be new. Pink Fang is another one that I have not tried. There's only 10 seeds in here. And it is in that like San Marzano long elongated paste tomato. So that is I think we'll try that. And that's a new one to me this year. And yes, Hudson Valley Stone Ridge tomato. This is one of the ones I went after. So these are the new varieties that I will try this year because I haven't played with them before. It's Cherokee Purple. All right, and so this is everything I grew last year. So I have them organized by cherry, stripes, sauce, yellow, purples, and red. So this is what I put in my trays last year. So let me see how many I have of these. And I'll just leave them in these categories. So the pork chop, I am probably not going to do that one this year. I have plenty. Here's some more pineapple tomatoes. I do love my pineapples. So I have plenty of that. Here's my Berkeley tie-dyes. I know I have another pack of the green. This one is out. But I remember seeing some of the green. Where did it go? There's the chocolate stripes. Here it is. All right, let's see how much I have in here. Oh, that one's new. That one's new, so we're good. The Berkeley tie-dye pink, I liked that one as well. I have enough of those. The chocolate stripes, this one is out. Yeah, that one's out. But there was one down in here. There it is. And I'm pretty sure I said I had enough of that one as well. Yeah. So those are good. I'm going to go ahead and put them back in the stripes bag. All right. And cherry tomatoes. I don't do a ton of cherry tomatoes. I do like drying them for sun-dried tomatoes. I am not doing the spoon this year. We were not fans of that. It was very prolific. And they are tiny, so you pretty much picked the whole branch when the majority of them were ripe. I got some that were bitter. My daughter liked them enough, but they weren't overly sweet. But they went everywhere, and it was really hard to control them. So we will not be doing that. Orange Hat, that's actually the one that I grew, that I sold, not the other one. I might need to order more. It looks like there's only 5 in there. I really enjoyed. That's the little one. It wasn't the Tamarillo Dwarf, which they do look similar. All right, Sunrise Bumblebee. Always love this one, but I did have some more seeds. I have plenty in here. Ground cherries. There's another one that I like. It's like the blueberries and the berries crazy cherries, and I don't think I have seeds for those anymore. Berry Bumblebee. All right. Sauce tomatoes. Let's see what I've got. So here's my Amish paste, which I know I had another. Yeah, there's only a couple in here, but I had another one. San Marzano, I had more of. There's a few left in here. And then the Roma, it feels like I actually have quite a bit of. Oh yeah, we are good. I probably have a good 50 of the Roma. So we are perfect on that. So yellows, Kellogg's Breakfast I like. Azoiska is my favorite. Here's another pack for Dr. Weikes, and it is completely empty, so we'll get rid of that. But we have the other one. We have some Dad's Sunset. This one has a few in it. We have the Brandywine yellow. That one has a few in it. All right, so we're good on that. But Azoiska is actually my favorite. So let me check to make sure. And it is empty, so I definitely need that. And the only place I have been able to find it is in my gardener. So I will definitely need to order some more of those because I adore the Azoiska. Absolutely one of my favorites. Now we're going to put Roma in here. There was another one. So I need to actually go through some of those other ones I had pulled out and put them in those bags, I think, since I have multiples. So these are my purples. So here's a black creme. I probably have enough to get through this year. So I may not need to order that. Here's another Cherokee purple. I have plenty of that. And, oh, here's some more Paul Robeson. So I have a few more of those. The Blue Beauty, which I think we had another package, which is a good thing because there's like one in here. And then the True Black Brandywine, I don't even think I grew that this year. Arkansas Traveler, I'm not doing that. The Carbon did really good for me last year. I will actually try that one again. That was my first year growing that one. And I need to give it a better chance. Here is some more Mortgage Lifters. So we are definitely good on Mortgage Lifters. The Moneymaker did pretty decent for me as well. we've got plenty of those. The Brandywine, German Johnson do good around here. I will start those mostly for sale. They actually have been one of my longtime favorites. Yeah, I don't have very many of those. So I will probably start or get some more, because those are, again, popular around here. So when I go to the market, everybody was like, oh, do you have some German Johnsons? I didn't have many started. So, honestly, that's it for my tomato. That's it. That's a lot. But, and then here was the Hillbilly Potato Leaf and the Thornbird's Terracotta, the Big Rainbow, and the Thornbird's Lemon Blush. These would be something like, I don't really have an opinion about these yet. I tried the Big Rainbow one year and it did not do well for me, but I don't think it was this tomato's fault. I think I just got it in too late and we got really dry. And so I had a lot of plants that struggled and it just didn't do that well. These I will plant, like if I have a flat that I've got everything else that I want planted and I have some spaces left, I'll probably try some of these. But I actually feel pretty good about my tomato seed stock. I definitely need to order some Ozoyshka because I don't have any. And I may order some Amana. That's not a necessary. I need to get some black creme. Probably not necessary. And I definitely need some orange hat. And if I can find the blueberry bumble. And the German Johnson I'm not too worried about because I can get them at my local place. So I'm feeling pretty good about my stock if I were unable to get more tomato seeds. The only one that would hurt me deeply is the Ozoyshka because I don't have any. It's the only one that I would probably be really sad about not growing this year. But I have plenty of other yellow tomato seeds that I would be fine. And I used to love the Lemon Boys, but when I started growing the Ozoyshka, I kind of quit growing the Lemon Boys. So they were very hardy in this area though. I would be perfectly fine if something happened and I could not buy any seeds this year. So if I need to save money, I won't get any because I'm okay. Now this little thing here is something I take out into the garden with me, and I'll put like whatever tools I need and whatever seeds that I'm going to work on, and sometimes I'll even separate them by, you know, beds or whatever, and it's just a handy little case. And I think it's supposed to be a windowsill planter. I got it at Dollar General, I think, I don't know, a year or two ago, and it was going to go in the windowsill with like some herbs, but it became my little garden caddy because the seed packets actually fit in perfectly. And so I kind of, at the end of the season, it just had things in it. And then when I ordered some seeds and I didn't want to put them up because I was fixing to use them, they just kind of went in there. So there's all kinds of things in here. So we need to go through these. Morning Glory seeds, I cannot use in this area. And does anybody want these? I mean, I could mail these to somebody. They are invasive here in 7B in the South. They're beautiful. I actually have them on my pool fence. They grew up voluntarily. And in the very early fall, it's beautiful in the mornings because they're all over the chain link fence around my pool. And you go out and they're all open. And it's glorious. But I don't want to add any more to this area, because I don't really have anywhere else for them to be, and I don't want them spreading. So if anybody would like some Morning Glory seeds, just hit me up. I would be happy to send some out. Ooh, the Silver Slicer Cucumber. Love that one. Candy Roaster Squash. I'm just going to go through these really quickly to see if there's any tomato seeds in here. I need to organize these into their drawers. These are like some interesting things that I really want to work on, I think is why they stayed out. Because I remember getting some of these in, like pumpkin on a stick, and my son wanted some catnip and some calendula, and they just stayed out. Creeping thyme, parsley. I could actually start the parsley now. Sunflower, spinach, catgrass mix, beets, peppermint, rosemary, limoncello. I'm excited about this year. Lemon balm, Parisian carrot, zinnia, coneflower. All right, so I think these are just random things that got put in there. Oh, here's one of them, the Berry's Crazy Cherries. That's what I knew I had a pack of those, but it doesn't look like I have very many, although you don't need very many. I may be okay. I'm going to put it on the list. I do have a friend that absolutely loves them. And I do love yellow tomatoes. I really do. All right. So, and then what is this? Parsley. I saved my own parsley seed. So I need to put these away. Popcorn. Watermelon. And figure out what I'm doing. I don't know why those never got put up last fall. But all right, so I'm going to stop this. I know this video has probably gotten really long, and because I cannot see the screen, I actually don't know how long we've been recording. But those were the two main things that I wanted to go through, was my beans and my beans and my tomatoes, because those I knew I had used a lot of the seeds of, and I wanted to make sure I had certain varieties. So right now is a great time to go through your seeds. Make sure you know which varieties you are going to focus on this year, and make sure you have your seed stocks in hand, because once that spring fever hits everybody and everybody's kind of in that gardening mode and wanting to start seeds, and it kind of starts hitting the stores, that's where you may run into some supply issues on certain varieties. You'll still be able to find plenty of tomato seeds, but you may not find the specific Azoyska and Berry's Crazy Cherries. So I would get those ordered. Not those. Don't order those. I'm fixing to order those. Order the varieties. Like if you love something, like I love Azoyska, order that variety as soon as you know that you need it. That way you don't risk not being able to find it. So I'm going to go order that right now, because I don't want to face a year without an Azoyska tomato. I know that sounds crazy, but it really is my all-time favorite, and I cannot believe I do not have one seed of this tomato. That makes me super sad. So I know this was long. I hope you found this interesting, and I guess I should probably tell you which ones I'm probably going to grow a lot of. And of course, I'm going to do a lot of sauce tomatoes this year. And then I will probably grow the most of my yellows, because nobody else around here does. Like mom and dad grow one or two, and then they grow the big beefsteak and the beefsteak, Homestead, and Mortgage Lifters are the ones they like. So they'll grow a lot of those, and I will grow some Mortgage Lifters, but I will grow a lot of the striped and variegated ones, like the red or the Dad Sunset. I love those because they're like an orange yellow. And the Berkeley tie-dyes I love. The carbon I'll grow up more of. So I'm going to grow a lot more of the few varieties. So instead of just having 2 Cherokee Purple and 2 Blue Beauty and 2 Dad Sunset and 2 Berkeley tie-dye, I'm going to grow like 5 of each and fill it out that way. So I'm going to grow a lot more of each variety this time. So anyway, when we get to planting, I will show you the seed starting. and then planting, and you'll know exactly how many I have in my garden, and we'll see that whole process. So thanks for watching, and have a great afternoon. And we'll see you on the next one.